Welcome back. You might be familiar with the hit Canadian TV sitcom Kim's Convenience, which aired for 5 seasons and is available on Netflix. Now the play that inspired the popular TV show will be presented by the Huntington Theatre.
What is my story? What is the story of me, Mr. Kim? My whole life I'm doing this store. Everybody knows store, they know me. This store is my story.
Yeah, the play takes place at a Korean family-run corner store. It's a location that's very familiar to the playwright and star Ins Choi, who joins us today. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Appreciate you being here. Tell us about the setting of this play and your experience growing up.
Okay, the setting of the play, it's set in a convenience store. When I grew up, all my friends, so my dad's a pastor of a church, and so I grew up among a bunch of Koreans, and all the men in that church own convenience stores. Now it's a little different now, but so and my uncle owned this convenience store, and every sleepover happened above a convenience store. So when I was invited to be part of a playwriting unit from this Asian Canadian theater company in Toronto, they said to come with an idea and write what you know. So I thought, well, what do I know? I know being a Korean family. I never saw a Korean family on stage, so I thought, well, I'm going to write about a Korean family and set it in a store.
And look what has happened since then.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
It's amazing. I know you called this play a love letter to your parents and also first-generation immigrants who call Canada their home. What was your reaction or your parents' reaction to seeing all of this come through? Did they see themselves in it? Did they like it?
Yeah, you know, choosing to be an actor or going into the arts, it's not a popular path for not only Asian, but a lot of immigrant families, a lot of second-generation immigrant kids. So choosing to do that, following my path, there were some bumps along the way. But when the play hit at the Toronto Fringe Festival in 2011, my parents came to that. And I'll never forget, like after the show, I'm outside saying hi to everyone, and my parents came up to me and they gave me a big hug. And then my dad said, "Thank you."
Oh.
And I just, it's like a second, but it meant so much.
Of course,
like
of course.
it just validated all their struggles, but also all my struggles. And I started crying, and then he said, "We're so proud of you." And so, and that's, how better of a reaction can you want for something that you put out into the world?
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You got me, I'm in my feels listening to that. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean,
No, it's real.
it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know when you first staged this, you played the son, Jung, right? Which probably felt maybe very relatable.
Yeah.
Now you're playing the father. How was it going back and forth between roles? Was it easy for you to step into that role, or?
Yeah,
what?
it seemed quite normal. I only started playing Appa a couple years ago when there was a writer's strike, and post-pandemic writer's strike, and that kind of left me unemployed again. So I was, okay, what can I do? How can I make money? Acting is there, okay. And there was this artistic director of a theater company that wanted to do Kim's and wanted me to play the part. And so I was like, okay, yep. I guess I'm of that age, or I guess I look like that age. But in the ensuing years between playing Jung and now Appa, I had 2 kids, and I told them since they were babies, I'm Appa, because that sound for me, that name, it triggers such great memories. So I wanted my kids. They call their mom mommy, and they call me Appa. It's a little messed up, but so they've been preparing me for this role, their whole lives, and so I thought I'm stepping in. Yeah.
I love that. I want to branch out here a little bit. I want to bring Chris back into the conversation because I want to talk about creating and casting, right? So Chris, we know there are not a lot of Asian-centered, Asian-led stories on stages across the country.
Yeah.
The way you both are taking up space in that area, what do you hope for when it comes to the barriers for entry and getting those out of there?
First, I want to say that I think it's hilarious that your backup job was acting. You're unemployed. Let me go back to the stable profession of acting.
It was the limited skill sets that I had.
Right. I think part of it is it does make a difference when you see people on stage that look like you, because you spend so much of your life sort of identifying, like projecting yourself into, like when I was a kid, I loved the A-Team. I thought I was B.A. Baracus or something. But then when you see somebody, you build up this muscle of how to project yourself into people that don't look like you.
Yeah.
And then you see people that do look like you and you're like, oh, none of that's there. And like sometimes when I first started seeing either like gay or Asian representation, even if the thing was really bad, I would start crying. It was just like, just seeing it up there. And then I think it does open up to, like I've met kids in like high school and college that are like pursuing theater that are Asian. And some of it is like, now it's reasonable to say to my parents, like, this is a job I could do because look at this person on television or theater that's making a living doing it. Making a living in quotes, by the way.
No. No, but you're right? And I know you created Kim's Convenience because you didn't see your experience represented on stage. We know a lot of people, maybe can't write their own story or aren't writing their own story and they can't star in their own production. Do you feel that there are enough opportunities for Asian Americans or Asian Canadians in theater?
Not enough, but I would even challenge that notion that people can't write their own show.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't know until you start. And for me, it was an invitation and encouraging a unit of other like-minded artists. This was my first play, and I wouldn't have known unless someone invited me to be part of the group, to encourage, and then to set a deadline. You need the deadline or nothing gets done. So I would challenge people out there, if you've never written a play,
Why not?
write it.
Ins Choi, Chris Graves, we appreciate you both for coming in. We're
Thank
so
you.
excited to have you. You can catch Kim's Convenience at the Calderwood Pavilion at the Huntington Theater through November 30th.